U.S. measles elimination at risk. The role of anti-vaccine sentiment and political leadership, the United States is poised to lose its measles elimination status, mirroring Canada's recent failure, as vaccination rates decline and anti-vaccine movements gain traction. This situation is not merely a public health setback, but a direct consequence of political decisions and a deliberate erosion of trust in scientific consensus. The core problem is the resurgence of the anti-vaccination movement, now amplified by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s leadership within the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS. The measles threat, a highly contagious reality. Measles is exceptionally contagious. In a room with 10 unvaccinated individuals, 9 will likely become infected if exposed. The U.S. already saw over 1,700 cases in 2025, with 12% requiring hospitalization, the highest rate among children under 5. 3 deaths have occurred in the U.S. alone, with complications including pneumonia, encephalitis, and the rare but devastating subacute sclerosing panencephalitis, SSPE. Beyond immediate symptoms, measles can induce immune amnesia, weakening protection against other diseases. This is not just about a childhood illness. It is a systemic threat to herd immunity and broader public health. The rise of anti-vaccine influence, the surge in anti-vaccine sentiment, began during the COVID-19 pandemic, fueled by misinformation spread via social media and fringe media. This distrust has been institutionalized with the confirmation of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of HHS. Kennedy, formerly chairing Children's Health Defense, has a documented history of promoting baseless conspiracy theories, including claims that COVID-19 is a bioweapon targeting specific ethnic groups, and vaccine misinformation. His appointment has enabled the placement of anti-vaccine advocates within key public health advisory bodies, undermining decades of scientific progress. The deliberate erosion of trust in established science is the central driver of this crisis. National security implications. Declining vaccination rates aren't just a health issue, they are a national security risk. A 2023 Department of Defense report specifically identified anti-vaccine misinformation as a threat to military readiness, citing its impact on disease prevention and adherence to mitigation policies. Under-vaccinated populations weaken national resilience, making outbreaks more frequent and severe. Removing vaccine requirements for school entry, as seen in Florida, further exacerbates the problem. The ripple effects extend beyond the U.S., empowering anti-vaccine movements globally. The path forward: accountability and action. The situation demands immediate and decisive action. First, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. must be removed from office to halt his destructive influence on public health policy. Second, social media and legacy media platforms must take responsibility for the spread of misinformation, though profit motives currently discourage meaningful change. Ultimately, the solution lies in rebuilding trust in science, electing leaders committed to public health, and actively countering anti-vaccine propaganda. The November 2025 elections suggest a growing awareness of these issues, but sustained public pressure is vital. The decline in measles elimination status is not inevitable. It is a policy failure, and reversing it requires a collective effort to prioritize scientific integrity over political ideology.